Grand Prairie police originally turned their attention on 37-year-old Carlos High Monday because a 911 caller said he was slumped over in his car.
And then, as you're about to hear, listen to the police chief talk a little bit about what became a second exchange of gunfire.
The suspect produced the rifle a second time, forcing the officer to return fire in fear of their lives. The officers continued to try to negotiate.
And those negotiations ultimately did not work. There was a third exchange of gunfire and more negotiations. Police said, they knew this suspect was injured and they were trying to make contact with him to try to get him some type of medical care. That never happened. And they said when he brandished a weapon for a third time or showed a weapon for a third time, that is when the final exchange of gunfire that killed this suspect. Now,
Grand Prairie today said that there's no evidence that a man killed by officers this week ever fired his own gun. Carlos High died in that shooting that was just outside the IKEA store on Monday. Jason Allen, live for us in Grand Prairie, covering this today. So, Jason, we rewind to the day it happened. The police chief at the time said that High did in fact shoot at officers.
Right. He said that High had presented a rifle 3 times, that he had fired it, and that officers had fired back. Today, the department said that there is video, again, showing High present that gun, which they said was loaded. But at least right now, there is no evidence he ever pulled the trigger.
Grand Prairie police originally turned their attention on 37-year-old Carlos High Monday because a 911 caller said he was slumped over in his car, not moving. Something his family said Wednesday was likely related to a mental illness.
He has bipolar schizophrenia.
High's wife, Tina, surrounded by her family, is now asking police to share video from the shooting Monday so they can see for themselves what happened. In a statement Wednesday, Grand Prairie police released new information on the shooting, writing, investigators have been unable to locate any evidence the decedent fired his rifle, despite initial witness accounts that were immediately shared by Chief Dye.
They should at least allow the family or someone they designate to, view the footage to basically corroborate what they said happened.
Attorney Kim T. Cole said the family is ready to accept the true outcome. The department added Wednesday at least one officer tried to use a taser-type weapon on High, but it hit his rifle instead of his body.
His hands, he produced a weapon. The officers returned fire in fear of their lives and immediately retreated to cover, to safe cover. At that point, we immediately started negotiations with the suspect. Ultimately, the suspect produced a weapon, and then the officers again were forced to fire into the vehicle to maintain their safety. A third time, the suspect produced the vehicle again. In this process, the suspect did fire at the officers. The officers again had to return fire on that third volley. We were able to get our armored vehicle and our SWAT team up there and confirm that the suspect was deceased.